Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jake Haro. He is the father of 7-month-old baby Emmanuel. The child, prosecutors now say never stood a chance. We already know about Jake's violent past. We already know what the DA says about Emmanuel's death could have been prevented. But now his ex mother in law has stepped forward, calling him Devil Dad. Her words are quite terrifying since we know what has happened in the past. She describes a man who is consumed with anger, control, and violence. A man the courts let walk free. And while Emmanuel is still missing, his parents are charged, the parents rather, are charged with murder. So tonight we're asking how many warnings were ignored, and we're going to look into the interview of the ex mother in law on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is August 30th, 2025. It is currently 8:06 p.m. on the east coast of the United States. Bonjour, hello. Good to see my pearls down there. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Really do appreciate you all joining me. Today we're talking about the Emmanuel Haro case, 7-month-old baby Emmanuel, who is sadly, uh, most likely not alive. Police are believing. And Jake is no dad. That is for sure sparkling bubbles. He is a monster. And the Sun came out with they got a really good interview that we're going to talk about. And we're going to kind of just dig our hands into that a little bit and then review some other things coming in. So as of now, Emmanuel has not been found. It seems like prosecutors are pretty confident, found or not, they have enough. Of course, we need to find Emmanuel, but sometimes, especially when someone is so small, they may not be found, right? As well. So we're just hoping that he is able to be recovered, but he may not be. So, guys, before we get started, please do me a favor and our dear mods who work so hard for us, the world's best for sure. Um, please hit that thumbs up button. Would really, really appreciate that. And consider becoming a member of the Pearl family. We would love to have you. We did a members only last night, very late. We'll probably do another members only again tonight at some point. But we'll see. We'll see. Jam, thank you so much, my dear. Bonjour, merci, Justin. Thank you so much, Jam. Good to see you, baby. How you doing? Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Jam. Hey, Holly. Good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for gifting that prayer necklace. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. And yeah, if Jake was in prison, and if this judge who was just there as a fill-in judge, this wouldn't have happened. This would not have happened. So there is members only, and then there's members only. And the members only, you're able to watch some of them. It depends how I schedule them. Sometimes you just can't chat in some of the members only. But I don't know who said that. Who said that just a second ago? You might be a member and you just don't know it. No, Sheila. Last night it was just members only could chat. Now we do members only where members only can only view as well. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that makes sense. I thought I was special. You are special. You are special. Come on now. Don't say you're not. All right, guys. Oh, hey, little Texas, one of my oldest members on this channel, my sissy. Thank you so much, my dear Haramas and subs. Love you, brother. Love you too, honey. Appreciate you very, very much, my girl. Good to see you. Oh, you got a membership? Good, good. That's awesome. Okay. That's right. That's right. We're all pearls. That's what matters. Yeah. Okay, moving on here, moving on. So let's get to this new article, and I feel really bad for some of the family member, like, I mean, I felt bad for them all that they've lost Emmanuel and stuff, but the grandma and stuff, like, how could they not have thought, oh, Jake might have done something? Like, how could you not think something after what he's done in the past? I mean, there's that. Didn't Rebecca confess? Not that I have seen, but let me see here. Not that I have. Not unless she did. No, she's not confessed that I'm aware of. No, there was. She's actually been sticking to her playbook of, no, I was, he was abducted, and just that. Their new lawyers used to represent. Yes. Yep. Yep. The Turpin family. Yeah. And the Turpin family, where they're originally from, they are from pretty close to where I live. Like, where they're originally from. Now they moved to California uh later on, but yeah, that's talk about a house of horrors there, right? I mean, that was definitely a house of horrors for sure. Still praying and baby Emmanuel will be found. I do too. I do too. I just don't know. I really don't know. I look and think about it, and I don't think he's in a grave anywhere. I really don't. I don't think that there's this grave or where he dug a grave. I think they're much too lazy and give zero fucks about anything. I'm thinking about it, Nina. I've been kind of following the 11-year-old, but that gave birth. I know it's oof, God. I don't know. It's really bad, really, really bad, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I know it's kind of popular right now, but I'm actually looking at a new case. I might go on it later. I think he's in a landfill. I think he's in a landfill for in the brain and in the land. Yeah, yeah. And so I don't know if he'll even be able to recover. Oh, I know. It's sparkling. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people anymore. Like, what in the hell is wrong with people? Go figure, right? Okay. Abusive home, terrifying new claims about devil dad Jake Harrow, whose quote abuse left daughter disabled, are revealed by ex mom in law. Listen, there is nobody will tell on you like a mother in law that don't like you. Huh. Did I get your message last night? I don't know, Sassy. To be honest with you, might want to send it again. Okay. Yes. My mic is acting funny again. I don't know why it's acting funny. Do I sound funny? Do I sound bad? I don't know. All right. A father accused of unaliving a 7-month-old son has been. It might be the music with it. It might be the music with it. Sometimes it does that. Okay. Sound good? Okay. All right. Just want to make sure we're good here. All right. So Jake Harrow, 32, and his wife Rebecca, 41, have denied unaliving their son Emmanuel, and who went missing earlier this month in what they initially said was quote an abduction. Yeah, right, Jake. Poor little baby Emmanuel. All right. So this is the ex mother-in-law Margarita Avina. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The mother, oh, sorry, this is the mother of Vanessa. Yes, so this is the ex mother in law whose child was left severely disabled after an incident with the ex husband, Jake Haro, in 2018. I mean, this man, like I said, he has caused so much heartache and trouble no matter where the hell he went. I mean, most of his children he has disfigured or hurt, broke something, made something bleed, multiple parts of the body that's healing or that will never be fixed. Insanity. Oops. Okay. So look at the pain, even still now. This has got to be. I feel so bad for all the kids. I think the family members that took Jake's biological children, they are the absolute sweetest. Oops, one second. They are the absolute sweetest human beings that you could ever like. We need more human beings like that because it is a job, right? It's a job to take care of special needs children. It's a job to take care of children, right? Nonetheless, like really special needs children, wheelchairs, fed out of, of a tube, having to be suctioned with their trach. I mean, that's a job, right? Oh, hey, Kick. Good to see you, baby. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, Kick. Thank you so much. Hopefully, you are well. Yeah, exactly. So, were the rumors about the lie for the drains and buying a saw proven? um, that is from what I understand on the Terra did report. And he showed some footage, didn't he? Of or some receipts, from what I understand. I can't remember. There's been so much that's happened, but he showed some receipts about. Oh, maybe that was the pawn shop. I don't know. Hey, True Crime Junkie, thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much for gifting that pearl necklace. You received that. Make sure you give our True Crime Junkie a big, big thank you. Appreciate you, my dear. All right. And right here, let me exit this. Right here is the alleged abduction spot. Cops called to property. It still amazes me that Jake and Rebecca, I guess they didn't think. Hey, Shannon, good to see you, baby. Smiley, hello, hello, everyone. Sherry, Susan. It's still amazing to me that Jake and Rebecca never thought, I guess, that the police were not going to come to their home. I mean, if you don't got clothes of your 7-month-old baby and you don't got pictures up in the home, that's going to send some red flags, don't you think? Like, that's not going to work out well. It's not going to work out well. Timpy, how do you become a member? Are you on a, if you're on a, what is it, Mac or an Apple product, we can drop you a special link. Otherwise, it's just right down there below where like the little $sign is, and it just says become a member underneath. They can drop the links. The mods can. Thank you, mods. You're fun, Mama. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you just being here, honey. All right, so moving on here. So 1, abduction spot. 2, cops called to property. 3, babies' parents arrested at their home. And 4, search area. They told police that he was kidnapped from a California parking lot while Rebecca was changing his diaper and joined the search before their arrest days later. The Riverside County District Attorney now claims Emmanuel died from child abuse, but his remains have not been located. In recently emerged that the dad, Jake, had a 2023 felony conviction of child cruelty stemming from an arrest in Hammett, California, while he was married to his ex-wife, Vanessa Avina. On October 13th, 2018, their 10-week-old daughter was admitted to the hospital, and doctors told the little girl had an, quote, acute, end quote, fractured ribs, 6 ribs with healing fractures, and a skull fracture, brain hemorrhage, swelling of the neck, and a fractured leg bone that was healing. An officer wrote in the affidavit of a warrant that the findings were indicative of abuse and head trauma, child physical abuse, and nutritional neglect. Jake reportedly blamed the baby's injuries on Vanessa. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. That's why I say, Rebecca, you are on your own. Girl, if you think Jake is not going to run you over, metaphorically speaking, in court, you got another thing coming, girl. His past proves everything. everything. Now, get this. Following his arrest this month, Vanessa's mother, Margarita Avina, gave an emotional interview to the U.S. Sun about the grandmother's terrifying ordeal. This is where it gets juicy. Quote, they blamed my daughter, but Jake is the devil, end quote, Margarita claimed as she broke down in tears, rather. Quote, and he gets away with murder. He got away with what he did to my granddaughter. She is not mincing any words here. She is not. She literally called him the devil, which I agree. And she's also saying right here that he got away with murder. And he didn't technically murder. The child is still alive, but at the very minimum, it should have been attempted murder. He should have went to prison for attempted murder. When you only have 3% of your fucking brain working because of your father can't control his dumbass self, yes, she's never going to recover from this. It should have been attempted murder, and he should have been in prison. Right? Right. They blamed my daughter, but Jake is the devil, Margarita claimed, and she broke down into tears. And he got away with murder. He got away with what he did to my granddaughter. The little girl, now 7 years old, was adopted by Vanessa's cousin along with another son who is also a victim. Riverside District Attorney Michael Hestron told the press earlier that the poor 7-year-old is, quote, permanently bedridden, end quote, and has cerebral palsy as a result of long-term child abuse, right? Just like we were covering little Brian last night. We thought Brian had profound autism because his mother said he had profound autism, and he got out and he was essentially unalived by an alligator, allegedly, and then secondhand drowning in New Orleans. This is going on right now. Well, he was found, but his mom had, and then the boyfriend had allegedly beat the shit out of this kid when he was 3 months old. He had broken ribs, a punctured lung, brain bleed, what else was it? Retinal hemorrhaging, two broken legs. And she said he had autism. No. In the documents, it says that this is from abuse. They let the mother still have him. Justin, there was someone chasing Brian in that video. I don't know, but I didn't see anybody chasing him in that video. But what I will say is he was probably running for his life. So sad. I mean, it's just another, Emmanuel is just another case. And these parents get fucking away with it until one of them is dead, unfortunately. It's what it seems. So Margarita says, I always wanted justice. I leave it to God. I think this is justice, but this didn't have to happen to baby Emmanuel. I knew he would do something like this again. You're right. They don't get better, these people. quote, "This poor baby, it's been traumatizing, but I knew he would do it. Look at what he did to my granddaughter. I hope he pays. He has destroyed lives." Yes, he sure has. Although Vanessa eventually pleaded guilty, her mom claims she was abused by Jake and would never harm their child, insisting she, quote, "wasn't in her right mind." Well, I do probably agree that she probably was abused by Jake as well, and that's not not good. But still, before you put yourself in harm's way before you let your child, or you leave them alone with a kid, right? It's crazy. But he hurt the baby. Exactly. So I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. My God, I feel terrible if I accidentally hurt my child, like when brushing my hair, etc. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to look into advocating for a new law to there has to be. There has to be. These people don't fucking get better. They only get worse, and it's only a matter of time until someone is dead, right? Or, I mean, it just doesn't get better. It always gets worse. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, if you even step on like your dog's foot or whatever, they get under your feet, you feel bad. Now, this is, I mean, what can a 3-month-old baby do? All right. So, Vanessa says, "My daughter is nothing compared to what they are saying," she said. Quote, "It's very, very upsetting. It hurts. This brings back everything that happened," meaning she means Jake's arrest. "I can't even sleep," she says. "I don't think my daughter was all there. He would tell her that nobody loved her. She was abused. I would grab her and say, 'You need to leave. You need to do something.' She could never do anything." Mm, I don't know about that. Wasn't she gone? Didn't she give she was supposedly gone, and they had told the police that Vanessa was gone, and she came back 45 minutes later, and Jake said he had given a bath. So that doesn't mean she couldn't get out or she wasn't out or anything like that. So there's that. I just wanted to insert that there. "I don't think my daughter was all there. He would tell her that nobody loved her. She was abused." Okay. Uh, "My daughter would never touch the kids. She has another kid, a baby. You should see how she is with this kid. If the baby was even had a scratch." That kind of, I you should see how she is with this baby. She doesn't hurt this baby. Well, it's not, I mean, you kind of do get a do-over, but it doesn't give you a right to say that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a little weird. Not with this one. Not with this one. Mm-mm. Yeah, not buying it. "My daughter is still going through this, not having her children. She wanted her kids." Mm-hmm. Vanessa thought her mother, uh, Vanessa, sorry, through her mother, has declined to comment on the case and has allegedly hired an attorney as she speaks to police about her experience with her ex. A warrant for their 2018 uh, in, yeah, I got it. Incident alleges Vanessa had left her home to drop off her child. There we go. That's what I was talking about. She wasn't there, allegedly. Drop off another child to school and returned 40 minutes later. Jake claimed the baby had a fever and gave him Tylenol after he put her down. Look at this poor baby. Look at these evil fucks. They have caused so much hurt. The documents claim Jake eventually admitted to Vanessa that he had dropped the child in the sink and her chest hit the center divider of the dual basin, but she never showed any signs of injury. They allegedly went to bed hours later, but Vanessa then woke him up in the middle of the night, claiming something was wrong with the baby. Margarita alleges that Jake only told Vanessa he dropped the baby after she woke him up. I got a call about 5 o'clock in the morning, and she says, "Mom, I'm in the hospital. The baby doesn't want to feed." She was breastfeeding. She said, "Jake didn't want me to bring the baby." What the fuck did I tell you? What did I fucking tell you? I think this has kind of always been my theory on this. I think that something happened to Emmanuel, and I think Vanessa didn't really want to take him to the hospital, but then she did as well. Like, she thought she might get in trouble, but she hoped she could lie her way out of it. And I think she kept telling Jake, I want to take him to the hospital. Jake, I want to take him to the hospital. And he got mad and he hauled off and clocked her one good time. Now, he didn't want any of these kids going to the pediatrician or the hospital, in my opinion, because it exposes him like the mofo he is. That's just my opinion. That's why there wasn't any vaccinations. That's why there wasn't any of this. Right? I mean, what were they going to do whenever they started school? Right? Because they got to have their doctor checkup. Like, I'm an advocate for homeschooling if that's what, works best for you and your family. But also, it's also an abuser's paradise for the people who really abuse the system. Right? Yep. Just said it. Homeschool, I bet my life to hide. And so, homeschooling is great if that's what works for your family. But the people who are abusing it to hide the abuse going on, that's bad. And so that's where I really feel bad for the kids. Right? Yeah, TCH. Yep. Wow. Okay. She said, Jake didn't want me to bring the baby. I think the baby was convulsing like a seizure. And that's when she called me. She's like, Mom, you need to come and take care of my kids. It's bad. Just come. I go over there. She called me again and she said Jake had admitted to dropping the baby. I'm like, what? Why didn't he tell you that from the beginning? Jake switched and threatened her. Said, I'm going to make sure they take your kids away and you die in jail. Jake switched and threatened her. Said, I'm going to make sure they take your kids away and you die in jail. Interesting. When they went to the hospital in Hemet, they told doctors, said the baby had fractured bones. They took her to another hospital, I guess used fluorescent lights and saw marks on her neck and stuff like she shook the baby. Like he shook the baby. Wow. They took her to another hospital, I guess, to use fluorescent lights and saw marks on her neck and stuff like he shook the baby. They can tell. They can absolutely tell if the baby was shaken or not. What is Pam saying? And I do think that there is a birth certificate. You don't think there's a birth certificate? I think that there's a birth certificate. I do think there's a birth certificate. I know a lot of people are making a big deal about it, but I don't think it's that deep, to be honest. That's just my opinion, though. Could be wrong. We'll see. When my daughter found that all that out, she was like, "What did you do to my baby? What did you do?" She'd taken the baby to the doctor before because they were brown patches underneath her eyes, and she didn't know what was wrong with her, but they said everything was fine. There was nothing wrong with her. Margarita claims she had tried to get previous medical records for the child for her court case, but could not obtain them. How convenient, right? Mm-hmm. The grandmother alleges Vanessa lived with her until she fell pregnant with her daughter and Jake's first child, and she was unaware for months that they had secretly married. She said, "I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't see her. He isolated her from her family. He didn't want her to work. She used to work at Walmart at the Vision Center. She was a good worker, and he met her there. Sometimes I would go and visit her, and she wouldn't even open the door, so I didn't know if she was bruised or beaten up. I would try to take food, and she would just make excuses that they weren't home. Sometimes I blame myself." Margarita claims her daughter's story was never believed, and she eventually pled guilty and served community service and had to attend child endangerment classes. Wasn't it Margarita? Which one was it? Not Margarita, but one of the mothers had a baby and it had fetal alcohol syndrome. Was it this mother or was it another mother? This is the first one. I can't remember if it's the first one or not. It's a lot. It's a lot. It really is. Vanessa. Vanessa, okay. That's the one. The son had fetal alcohol syndrome. Any woman that stands back and lets a man abuse the child is as guilty. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. There's sometime you just gotta get help, right? You're more capable of getting help than that baby is, and that's just a fact. It's just a fact. Guys, do me a favor, mods. How many thumbs ups do we got? How many thumbs ups do we got, mods? It was the one that they supposed to be at the football game in with wouldn't it? No, it wasn't that one. I don't think. Nope. Nope, not at all. Oh, 570. Come on, y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Come on. Please and thank you. 987 or 587? Please do, Neuro. Because I am so sorry. I'm tired of hearing about that birth certificate, to be honest with you. Like, so tired of Margarita claims, okay. The mother said she was allowed to visit to the children for a while, but they fell out. And the cousin who adopted them and they have not visited for over 2 years. Margarita claims she is desperate to adopt them and bought a bigger house thinking she would get them back. You ain't getting them back, girl. She said, "We miss the children. My daughter is missing her kids." Margarita saw the interview with Jake appearing distressed on TV with his now wife, Rebecca, after their son went missing. She says she didn't believe their story of, quote, fake tears. She said, "I saw that. I knew that they were lying. He's a liar and a manipulator. This has opened old wounds. To me, I wouldn't want him to be sentenced to death. That's an easy way out. I want him to go to prison for the rest of his life." Jake and Rebecca are each charged with felony murder with malice, along with additional misdemeanors charge of making a false police report. They remain in custody for $1 million bills, honey, and have denied unaliving their son through jail interviews, which we have already done a live on that when it broke. So you ain't getting out, boo boo. You are not getting out. Mm-mm. Nor should you, piece of garbage. Okay, moving forward. Their official arraignment is September 4th, coming right up, bitch. By the way, at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. We'll be there. We will be watching that arraignment. Margarita says Vanessa, who also has an older child from previous relationships, along with a new baby, struggled to get her life back on track, but is now doing well. We are so glad to hear that. Quote, "I talk to my daughter every day to see how she's doing," end quote, she said. "She's got her own place and everything. Good. I hope she's a good mom for her kids. I really do. She works again and has a new partner, her new baby daddy, but she doesn't let anyone be with her kid. I hope the fuck not. And stay with him, girl, if he's not, you know, hurting your kid, obviously." Um, thank you so much for the Cash App. I don't want to say I don't know if it's okay to say your name or not. So, but thank you so much for the Cash App. I really do appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, Nura, for sending that. Do you, yes, do you have, is the picture of the birth certificate on here? I'm looking. No, it's gotta have a picture of a birth certificate before, just because a creator says it does it have it on here? Neuro, I'll have to watch that and see. Yeah. Okay. All right. There's no birth. Okay. He beats anything that he comes across. Anything. I mean, look at what he did to this beautiful baby right here. We're gonna get to some more things right now. Damn, what's going on with my phone? Look at that poor little baby. People faked Jose's death certificate, so it does happen. It sure does. It sure does. I tell you, people do a lot of shit to get attention. They really do. It's just unbelievable. Okay. missing. Yep. Okay. All right. So moving on here, I want to go to Miss Ashley Banfield. Oh, okay. No, wait. I want to go to this one first. We're going to go to News Nation. No, maybe we're going to go to Ashley first. I want to show you this. Yeah, that's my background music. Thank you so much. Kickoff prayers for baby Emmanuel and Emily Pike. I've been hoping something's going to happen with Emily's. I've been watching it really close because I cover Emily's case. We need harsher punishment because it is becoming a norm. It is, and they just get by with it. They just get by with it. Yep. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. Pink Warrior, how you doing, girl? You're the best. You're the best, darling. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very, very much. And True Crime Junkie, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you.
It was 2 weeks ago today that Jake and Rebecca Haro told police that their 7-month-old son...
Yesterday was 2 weeks, by the way. 2 weeks.
Emmanuel had been kidnapped by an unknown and unidentifiable attacker who knocked Rebecca out in the parking lot of a sporting goods store. Yeah, right. Which is a terrifying story that caught the attention of the nation, right? Especially when authorities in Riverside, California called it BS. As you probably know, the Haros are both now charged with murder in their son Emmanuel's disappearance. They're also charged with lying, not to us, but to the police, because that is a crime. And 2 weeks later, there's still no trace of baby Emmanuel, who police now say may have been killed as early as August 5th. And through it all, both of these suspects remarkably cannot seem to stop telling stories. Last weekend, Rebecca gave a jailhouse interview professing the couple's innocence and declaring Jake a good dad who would never hurt a baby. Though, as we all know, he did hurt a baby, almost killed her. In 2018, he sent his own 10-week-old daughter to the hospital with life-altering injuries. She's now 7 and has been unable to feed herself or look after herself ever since. And now it's apparently Jake's turn to talk to a reporter.
And let me tell you something. When you have a trach, those you can't swallow or anything, right? So you have, hey, Mark, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. You do have to have those suctioned around the clock because, and it happens very, very quickly. And if you don't get those suctioned, you die quickly. So you have to have, there has to be someone sitting in that little girl's bedroom at night at all times. There's a really good channel on YouTube. I usually don't mention other channels, but it's called Special Books by Special Kids. And it is a gentleman, he goes around the United States and he, for children that have very, very rare conditions. And they shows what the parents and the nurses and the children go through. And you really, if you're not familiar with a lot of medical things that need to happen with some of these kids, and he'll show you what they have to do. Really good channel.
From jail. A different jail than Rebecca's,
Got more
for sure,
understanding.
but undoubtedly he's flouting the same advice that her lawyer must have given her, which is, don't talk to anyone but me. You're in trouble. In Jake's interview, he didn't specifically declare himself innocent, but he did say he was being, quote, completely cooperative with investigators. I think that part, that's in the eye of the beholder. But he stated flat out, to the reporter, and I quote, "Rebecca is innocent. She loves her children." He said the DA's theory that baby Emmanuel...
I think that's going to change once this goes to trial. I don't think that they're going to be a kumbaya couple at all.
Suffered
Might be
long-term
wrong.
abuse that led to his death. Not true at all, quote unquote, not true at all. But he didn't offer any new accounts of where his son might be or where his son's remains might be.
But, you know, you can think of it this way. He might not want to piss her off because she knows, right? And so she could go into this trial making it look like she is a battered woman syndrome and she's a victim as well. And, you know, Jake is the big bad boogeyman, right? So that he could, and he is the big bad boogeyman, but I don't think she's just as innocent either. Jake and Vanessa are just as guilty as Jake. They both allowed it. I agree. Because there were plenty of times where they could have said something.
To that reporter, that is. To other people, he's told at least 2 different stories. A source tells News Nation that after the Haros were arrested, Jake told the police that he rolled over on Emmanuel while he was sleeping, accidentally killing the baby, and then, inexplicably, decided to just bury his son's body, you know, in the desert off a highway. Because when you have an accident in bed like that, you're going to just bury your beloved baby just in an unmarked grave somewhere off the highway.
Right. Bury him off of an exit. This looks good. We can visit him here. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable, these people. How they rationalize this shit in their head. It's crazy.
That's what we figure led to this arrest, right? And then, of course, Sunday's total boondoggle in the grass there, where an alleged child killer
Good to see you, baby.
accompanies
Thank you
police
so
on
much.
an hours-long search in a field alongside
Love you,
said freeway,
darling.
Highway 60. Wouldn't you know it? This here search didn't turn up anything. Nothing.
Mhm.
Weird, right? Because, like, they had cadaver dogs and everything, because if you had dropped that baby there...
Do I believe he confessed to an inmate? I do, yes. I personally do. I 100% stand by Brian Enton's reporting. Now, I don't believe he has done a formal confession. And that is saying that, yes, I take responsibility for this. And I would like to sign a formal confession. That is different, right? But I do believe that there was some sort. I know someone said no inmate was around him. Probably most of the time, but Lori Vallow, she's generally by herself a lot of the time as well, but she does see people occasionally. So I don't know, but sometimes you just have to stick by your reporting if you know something is true. I mean, I've had the same thing happen to me on here, and I'm 1000% sure. And the police will say, I don't think this. And I'm like, well, let me tell you something. Sometimes they just don't want shit out as well.
And if the wildlife had gotten to the baby, the cadaver dogs would have noticed something.
Mhm.
And they didn't. And maybe that is because of the next story that Jake told us all. Our Brian Enton learned that while behind bars, Jake told a fake inmate, either a police officer or a civilian informant in disguise, that he was the one who in fact killed his own son and put the child's body in a trash can. It's what you call a Perkins operation, when you infiltrate the jail with a jailhouse snitch, another inmate, or an actual police officer dressed up as an inmate. And you just get the guy talking. They said that's what happened with Jake Haro. He just talked. That would complicate the search enormously, right? If what he said to this so-called inmate was true, especially if it happened 3 weeks ago. But the DA said just yesterday that he's got a pretty strong idea of where police should be looking for Emmanuel's body. And I say body because the police assume the child has been murdered, hence the murder charges. And as for that prior conviction for willful child cruelty, which left Jake's tiny victim permanently disabled, Jake told the reporter that he pleaded guilty because, and I quote, "I didn't have the money to go to trial."
Bitch, you don't need money to go to trial. You don't need money. Let me tell you something. Money or not, you can be represented for free, right? Now, if you're innocent, it's easy to defend you. Period. Jake, you piece of shit.
I didn't have the money to go to trial. He also said he was sick of court and that the judge knows I didn't do it. They just railroaded me. I was the fall guy, quote unquote. And that might just be his biggest lie of all, because as we all know from cop shows, when they read you your Miranda rights, you're told that you have the right to an attorney. And if you cannot afford one will be provided to you.
That's right. That's right. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. Jake, dumbass. He's such an idiot. He really is. I cannot stand him. He's just like a misogynist. Really. I think he just wants a woman to just listen to him, feed him, and listen to him. That's it. That's all he wants a woman for, is to feed him, and listen. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, yes. Yes, he is. I can stand him. He just makes my skin crawl. And this is the thing. Rebecca, by her ex's account, she lived a normal fucking life, he says. Like, she was a normal person. And, you know, there's a bit of an age difference between the two. Between Jake and Rebecca. Big age difference. She's in her 40s. And he is just out here. Like, she has older kids. They know how to scam, though. Yes, I agree. And I think she just, for whatever reason, I don't know if she just, the age, she just thought, oh, I'm older. She's not really that old, but she's got a younger guy. I don't know. I think it's the alcohol, because they supposedly drank a fucking ton, a lot, quite a bit. I wonder if them women owned any cast iron skillets. I tell you what, whether I own cast iron skillets or not, I damn sure got some canned food and a pillowcase. Right? I got that, and I'd knock his ass out. One, he's my man. I'd be mother chicken.
Maintaining the couple's innocence in this new jailhouse interview. He denies claims of authorities who say that the baby had been abused by his parents throughout his 7-month-old life. Authorities say the baby then allegedly died of those injuries. Jake claims he's been cooperating with investigators, but Haro's cooperation is proving.
And then what you do? You just put a little Nair in his shampoo. You're gonna be fucking busted, and you're gonna have any fucking hair after I leave, mother chicken. Okay? Your hair's gonna be dyed and fried, bitch. It's gonna be out. You ain't gonna have a fucking hair left either. That's right. You hurt my baby, You fucked up. Your mugshot, you're gonna be bald, and I hope they put a fucking turtleneck on you, so you look like a broken condom in your fucking mugshot. Bitch. That's what I hope. You hurt a kid, you're done. That's right. I hope Bubba's got the fucking baby oil waiting for you in prison. But that's just me. That's just me, children. That's just me. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate you. I appreciate your channel. I'm glad I found you. Oh, well, thank you so very much, Gene. I really do appreciate that very much. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You don't hurt kids. You don't hurt kids. You walking over, but you're limping back. Isn't that what they said in isn't that what they said in what was this? What was that? Eddie Murphy, the Nutty Professor. You walking over, but you're limping back.
As frustrating as his wife's original story to police. Remember, she claimed a stranger assaulted her in a parking lot and then abducted the baby. Jake
Nair, you should sponsor me. You should sponsor me. I just gave you a big ass advertisement. And maybe a pillowcase company. I'm just saying. Hello.
Has assisted in the search for the missing baby boy. You can see him on the screen there in the orange prison jumpsuit out in that dusty terrain. But that search of that field turned up no evidence that the baby was ever there. Authorities now say, however, that they have, quote, a strong indication of where the little boy's body is. Meanwhile, outrage is growing over another case involving Jake Haro from 2 years ago and another baby of his, a baby girl who authorities say is permanently disabled by Jake's violent acts. Jake pleaded guilty to child abuse in that case, but despite the hideous injuries that
my hair's dad frighteningly to the side, though.
He never served any time in prison. The district attorney says that if the judge had put him behind bars, baby Emmanuel would still be alive today. Joining us now is Kim Dagonia, former assistant district attorney from Riverside County, California. Thanks so much for joining us. So the current DA, Mike Hestrin, had really harsh words for the judge in that previous Jake Haro case. Hestrin said it was, quote, an outrageous error in judgment and that a baby is now dead because of it.
He did, and I think Sheriff Chad Bianco said it best when he started the
Let me show y'all this.
Indicated that there were several.
We'll come back to this in just a second. I want to show y'all this. 1 second. Look at this. And I usually believe sometimes people are just seeing things. Look at this. Y'all. Do y'all see the bruising? Thank you, Mama Angie. What about searching in the landfills? I think they're going to have to know when he was dumped, which landfill he would go to. And you got to, sometimes there's incinerators too. Do y'all see this? Look at that. You can tell there's a big ass bruise right here. Big bruise. And even down through here. But especially right here in his temple. I hope that mother chicken gets the fucking brakes beat off of him. In my opinion, allegedly. It's like they cut his hair or something around here as well. Look at this. Did they try to cut his hair? This just makes me so sad, guys. It's like little Emmanuel suffered from the moment he was born till the moment he was unalived. And I thank God why was he brought here to just suffer for his entire life? He didn't. Why? He could have had hair loss due to stress. Yeah, and sometimes their hair can just grow weird or whatever. Sometimes it can be if they're always laying on a side as well. All he wanted was love. Yeah. That's all he wanted. I think it's important to ask, was baby Emmanuel born healthy? I agree. I don't believe his eye condition. He might have had a little lazy eye, might have been born with it a little bit, but I think it got worse. We're going to have to do something. I proposed something on my wall, my post I posted. He probably needed a neck brace. I don't know, but this broke my heart when I saw it. I mean, how? Oh, I think he declined a lot. Absolutely, he declined a lot. I mean, you can just see some of the you can see, yes, Charmaine, you can see the sadness in this baby's eyes. Like when we first started this case, I was one of the first to talk about it live on YouTube. When we first started this, I said, guys, look at this baby. You don't see a happy photo. Not one of this baby smiling at all. You don't see it at all. And people need to be pissed off. He is not getting away with this. Look at this. He cannot get away with this anymore. Because there was no justice for the other kids. There has been no justice. There have been a lot of questions about Emmanuel's age. Again, I have said this the other day, that San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and his parents reported he was kidnapped. They say that he was 7 months old when he was born, according to the Sheriff's Department, December 21st, 2024. That would now be 8 months old. He is now, but 8 months old. But look at this. Look at him. Poor child. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I was saying. Like, they get pissed off because a baby's crying, and babies cry, right? Babies cry because they can't speak. So they're either not feeling good, they're hungry, they got a dirty diaper, they're sleepy, something. And then I don't know, their frustration gets, and they just shake the baby or something happens. And then they end up breaking something. And then the baby cries more because they're in pain. They're in pain. Anybody's going to hurt, scream, or whatever if they're in enough pain. Anybody. So they get more frustrated. And then I cannot stand to think about how long little Emmanuel may have stayed there and suffered. I can't stand the thought of that. I really can't. Because I fear that is what happened. because Jake didn't want to take him to the hospital. And I tell you something, I think, in my opinion, the next time Jake has an emergency, a health emergency, they shouldn't take his ass to the hospital. Thank you, CZ. Appreciate you, my friend, renewing your membership. Good to see you. I was wondering where you've been. Hopefully you're well. Thank you, 1946. Pammy, good to see you, baby. Thank you so much for gifting you and gifting 5 memberships. Really do appreciate you, honey. Very, very much. Thank you so much. If you received one of those, make sure you thank Pammy. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, CZ, again. Appreciate you, my friend. Jake is always complaining he hurts. Did Jake have kids to vent on? Well, everyone ends up in a wheelchair or with healing ribs. Like, you should not be 3 months old and have not only broken ribs, but healing ribs, which means even before you was 3 months old, you've already had broken bones. Put a 1 in the chat if you've never broken a bone in your life. Never. I have not broken a bone. I have never broken a bone. I am 40 years old and I have never broken a bone. Now, a lot of people have broken bones, right? Or sprang something, or fractured. Maybe is a fracture is different, like cracked. This child was 3 months old and was in the hospital because of broken ribs, leg, retinal hemorrhaging, brain hemorrhaging. And this wasn't the first time this was broken. I see you. I see you, and I have this. It's a little joke. We have this little joke. When she actually cracked her hip, or broke it rather, and someone we knew, they kept saying, walk it off, walk it off, walk it off, like that, and she had no idea her hip was broken. And so anytime we say we hurt or something, we're like, oh, I don't feel good or whatever. She's like, we just say, walk it off, walk it off, walk it off. She had a fucking broken hip and was walking around. It's crazy. So yeah. 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that. I broke my hand, tried to go to work, didn't last long. I've never broken anything in my life. Let me tell you something. Last year, I was in my greenhouse and I was up on a ladder, tall ass ladder, like, because I was trying to screw in things to like 2x4s, so I could hang the pots and stuff. The next thing I know, the ladder came out from underneath of me. I was at 11 feet up and I fell right on to the floor, flat, my skull, like that. I don't know how I didn't die. I have no idea how my skull didn't bust open. I have no idea, because I landed as flat against it as I could. And I'm the type person, I've not had like a lot of accidents or a lot of falls or anything like that. But your skull is very, very strong. It is very, very strong. And there was someone like working on my heating and air conditioning at the time, and they heard me fall and they came over to check on me. Thank God. But damn, forgive me. I didn't mean to say God and then say, because I don't say that word. So forgive me if it sounded like that, but I didn't mean it like that. So I apologize. Thank you so much, 1946. I appreciate you, Pammy, for gifting 5 memberships. Joyous, Mama, I appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you, Mama Joyous. Thank you so much for your support. Really, really do appreciate you, my love. I fell on a train run and broke my orbital socket and got a concussion. It was only 10. I didn't go to the hospital or anything. I had a real bad headache, but I should have probably went to the hospital, but I didn't go to the hospital or anything. I have some disc degeneration and arthritis. Yeah. Now, as you get older, you cannot fall or anything like that. But, little babies, um, they're already bend, right? They already bend and move and all of that because they have to. They have to be able to bend and move. I mean, you got to think of where we come out of, and babies, they don't have kneecaps or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Lois. Appreciate you, honey. They don't have kneecaps or anything like that because they're on the floor. They're always falling, and they're made malleable. Yes, and for someone to break a baby's ribs and have ocular bleeding and stuff like that, it's really bad. Really bad. You got to be a complete piece of shit for that. I want to show Vinny here. Oh, what's this? When was this one? Okay, no, this is it. Sorry. I want to show Vinny talking about, did Jake Haro confess? This is the thing that's going on right here. It's usually one of 4 things, like Justin said, you deal with and they're happy. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just babies are pretty simple, right? Especially when they're, 3-4 months and under. It's generally, something. It can be a tag on the back of their neck that is making them uncomfortable. You never know. It can be the temperature. It can be they're hungry. They need a diaper change. They need a change of scenery. They're tired. Right? Under 50, everyone calls it an accident or trip. After 50, they call it, oh, you had a fall. Oh, you had a fall. I don't know. Like 40, like, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's life is very strange, isn't it? It's very strange. The older you get, it's just, how do you get a membership? Well, YouTube picks it, but it's generally how someone, if they're active in the chat or not. That's from what I understand. but it's just random.
Years working homicides
Make sure you
and
hit
high-profile cases. Phil Waters is with us as well. All right, Erica Morris, before I've got some things to point out here, but before we get to them, what does your gut tell you? What does your gut tell you about a 7-month-old, 2 adults charged with murdering a 7-month-old? Is one more responsible than
Vinny's livid over this, as we all are.
the other?
Vinny really cares.
I don't know. I mean, is one more responsible for the other for the abuse? Probably. Because dad already has a criminal history of abuse. Dad has already taken charges and received a conviction, even though he didn't serve time in prison, which is why Emmanuel is missing and presumed deceased at this point. Mom,
God,
I mean, as a mom, from a moral obligation, I just can't. She is the one who was allegedly last with the baby. She is the one who concocted this story, or at least reported this story. She is the one that wasted resources and valuable time in locating a possible living, breathing Emmanuel. They have their own levels of culpability from a human standpoint, a moral standpoint, and then your legal/criminal standpoint.
All right. Phil Waters, I want to put up on the screen what mom and dad have been saying behind bars. Jailhouse interview with Rebecca Haro from the Press Enterprise. I will not give up. I will not give up on my baby, Haro said in an August 24th jailhouse interview with a Southern California news group reporter, during which she maintained that Emmanuel was kidnapped. Regarding her husband, Jake, he's a good dad. Rebecca Haro said, he would never hurt a baby. Now.
And to be fair, it wasn't just Rebecca that said that. It was not just Rebecca that said that. We got to remember who else of the family members said that. Almost everyone in the family was saying that up until the shit happened, even though they all knew about Jake's past. I mean, listen, if there was someone in your family that was like your sister that was married to a guy like Jake, I don't know how you could say they would never hurt a baby whenever they've clearly fucking hurt babies. Well, he has. You know, you could say, well, God, you know, he has done it in the past, and there's that. I would be surprised if he would do it again. You could say that, and I still wouldn't fucking believe you, but I could understand that a little bit more than you saying, oh, he would never. Little Jakey would never. Except almost every child that he has, other than maybe one, maybe two, is either permanently disabled and barely alive in some cases, or dead, of every child that he has. So how can you say that? You know, you can say, I don't want to believe. I know denial is a big thing. You can say, I don't want to believe that he would do that. I don't want to believe that he would do this again. You can say that, but saying he would not Jakey. He would never do that. Go to hell.
Here's an interview with Jake Haro with a Southern California news group reporter in the Orange County Register. Rebecca is innocent, Haro said. The media is killing her. She is a beautiful woman. She loves her children. Haro was hopeful on Wednesday that enough money could be raised, generally 10% of the bail, to free Rebecca, who he wed 3 years ago. All right, what are your thoughts, Phil, about what mom's saying about dad, dad saying about mom, and what happened here to little Emmanuel?
Now, see, I thought it was 10% of bail as well. But so do they only need 10%, which is still a hell of a lot of money of $1 million, right? $100,000. But do they need 10% or do they have to have the full Monty, the full $1 million? Which one is it? Because Jake is only thinking it's 10%. I believe Jake is the mastermind of the whole thing. I do too. But I think she is just as guilty for playing it all out. 10% cash with bail bonds company. Got it. I would be surprised if a bail bond would fucking do it for them. I mean, that would be a high risk in my opinion. Surety bonds require full amount. I don't know. But the way Jake is saying, he's like, can we get the money for Rebecca, the 10%? It's $100,000. And remember, they were just gone to the fucking pawn store the other day. Right? They went to the pawn store. They was selling all kinds of stuff. Money raised, who would donate to them? I don't know, Jen Girl. I mean, this is one case where it seems there are cases where it's usually like in Sebastian's case, it's usually, I think there's probably like 80% thinks that the parents in Sebastian Rogers' case know something, and there's like maybe 20% out there that kind of supports them. They're the loud 20%. But in this case, it seems like everyone's just like, you guys are fucking evil. I think they might be safer in prison. You're not the only one that said that. I don't know if they donated clothes. That's been a rumor. I think they threw them in the dumpster. That's what I think they did with them.
Well, good to be back with you, Vinny, on this case. I tell you, they're just furthering the false narrative here. They don't really have.
Oh, how is On the Terra doing? Is he doing okay? I haven't watched him in a couple days. Is he really not talking about this case anymore, or did he need a minute? I hope he's all right. Is it cash bond or not? I don't know. Seems to be good. I saw him quickly yesterday. Yeah, well, he was saying that he wasn't going to talk anymore about the case and stuff, and I just think he was at the house again 2 days ago. Yeah.
I'm sure in their mind they don't have any other option. I would say that I'm not surprised at the arrest. I think the
do you look at them the same?
Case,
do you see them the same?
Yes, that's the short answer. Yes, they're both culpable. They're both going to be responsible, and even they're both parties to the murder of this little baby. I mean, that's the bottom line here. So that's why they're both being charged. Now, there may come a point in time where they're going to try to get one to turn on the other, but they're both going to be held responsible because they are both, at least in my opinion, based on what we know, they are equally culpable in the murder of this baby.
All right, I want to put up a little more that Jake Haro is saying from behind bars. Interview with Southern California News Group reporter in the Orange County Register.
What's coming?
Jake Haro said in a jailhouse interview on Wednesday, August 27th, that Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestron's assertion that Haro's missing 7-month-old son was the victim of long-term abuse.
Oh, thank you, Vicky. Appreciate you, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate you. Now welcome Vicky up in here. Appreciate you, my dear. Crazy. Yeah, the cactus prick walk. I think I'm going to create a dance because I was thinking when he was walking across there, they had him barefoot. And I was like, I hope that son of a bitch steps on every fucking cactus. And so I made a post about it. And we need to do a cactus dance. I'm not really a dancer, but I might find some choreography for this. I hate him. I fucking hate him. And I hope he got pricks from that cactus while he was walking to that car. And I hope you get the biggest fucking prick in prison, Jake. Okay? If you know what I mean. I hope you get pricked in prison like a mofo. I tell you, with no fucking baby oil either. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Good to see you. The cactus dance is your chance. Do the cactus, yeah. Do the cactus. What is the? It's a really big. Right now, for only 800 pounds per person. What's that they do right now? Right now, for only 800 pounds per person, you can enjoy something like the vacation or something like that. It's so funny. I'm going to do that with that sound and Jake walking across barefooted. Yeah. To holiday. Oh my God. Okay.
Abuse was not true at all. But Haro declined to discuss what role, if any, he played in Emmanuel's disappearance. During the 45-minute interview, he said the couple cares about Emmanuel. So he's saying it's not long-term. Well, none of this could be long-term abuse. The baby's only 7 months old, right?
Holiday.
I mean,
yes.
Long-term.
Right now, with the Jet 2 holiday, you can save 400 pounds per person. That one's it. That one's it. He is on vacation with his family till Monday. Good. I'm glad he got out for a little bit. I'm glad he got out for a little bit. Thank you, Happy Knitter, for 13 months, girl. Covered it plot. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you again, Shannon. Appreciate you. And Serenity, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much, my lovely. What's it? Sounds like I'm hearing. Is it coming from my headphones? I don't know. It sounds like something.
I guess is all relative to what happened here. The first baby that was abused was only 10 weeks old. So what do you think, Erica, about what Jake is saying and denying the long-term abuse, but then sort of stopping short at that point?
Well, let's first say that the easiest predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So he has zero credibility with B already as a convicted child abuser. But second, Vinny, I don't believe a word this man is saying. He is wasting their time. He's doing it intentionally. I believe it's a game to him. I really do. I think that this baby is sadly long gone. And I think that these are the most despicable and heartbreaking cases for everyone associated to have to deal with.
I want to tell you guys something. because I'm here to tell you guys of course I'm an opinion channel and I tell you my opinion on stuff, but I'm also here to give you guys information. And you're going to see a video out there of, it looks like a perhaps a Hispanic female, and there is a kid at the table, and it would appear to look like someone like Rebecca. And then they show a dumpster with a white Volkswagen car, and they're throwing in trash. It is fake. Listen, you don't need to make up anything else to make it look bad. It's horrible, right? And I know some of viewers get fooled a lot of times by that kind of stuff, and it's already, yeah, but I'm going to I'm just going to I'm going to play some music over top of this, that the things people do. And it's just crazy. One second. I got to play some music over it. Hold on one second.
Home, as well as what most likely led.
I mean, it's got a woman here, and this is true. This did happen. But that's not her beating a kid, number one. And then there is this, and throwing trash in there, making it look like that never, no. That's not them at all. Oh yeah. Well, that was on Facebook, but I just wanted to kind of shout that out, because there's going to be people thinking, oh my God, they have her, beating the shit out of one of the kids, and throwing, they do that with like the coroners and things like that, with the tents up. It's a bad situation already. Okay, it's a really bad situation already. These two people right here, it's not even their vehicle, but you never know. I mean, they could have gotten a vehicle, borrowed anything like that. You just don't know. And this person is bad enough. Who's this? Oh, is that her attorney? Is that his attorney? Is that his new attorney? What did Joe say? Jake threw away a few bags of old clothes on day 2 of the donation place. He went there 3 times. I'm sure he did. He has 2 new female attorneys. I know that one dude was representing them both the other day. But there's that. Let me see if there's anything else before, because I am coming. Oh, this happened today. I want to play this real quick. There's this.
Baby from Cabazon continues, but investigators now say they have an idea of where the child's remains may be located.
This as the child's father now speaks out from his jail.
Where is Emmanuel's remains? Is he in? Is he in the dump? Are they going to look for him?
Eyewitness News reporter Carly Gomez live with the latest. Carly.
John Rachel, in a news conference yesterday, a Riverside County District Attorney said that baby Emmanuel was severely abused to the point of death. They say the body hasn't been found, but there is strong indication of where the remains are.
The filing in this case reflects our belief that baby Emmanuel was abused, victim of child abuse over time, and that eventually, because of that abuse, he succumbed to those injuries.
I need to do a poll on what you guys think about this DA. Do you like him? Do you not? All right, let's check our poll. 1,524 voted. Who failed baby Emmanuel the most? 15% say Jake and Rebecca Haro. 7% says the courts. And all the above is at 78%. I agree with you. Yes, 1,000%. I think he's most probably in the landfill as well. I mean, you want a jerk of a DA, right? And I don't like the way I don't like his bedside manners, so to speak, especially with the public. But I don't really care about anything other than him getting justice for. I don't give a fuck what he thinks about any of us, really. He's just another person. But I want him to get justice for Emmanuel. And with that justice, I hope it can be some small token of justice for the other kids. Why have they not searched the landfill? I don't know. I think he was very unprofessional to Homie as well. I think there's been a lot of people that's been very jealous.
That's what we believe.
Jake Haro and his wife Rebecca were in court for their arraignment Tuesday after being arrested last week on suspicion of killing their 7-month-old baby, Emmanuel Haro. At a news conference yesterday, DA Mike Hesterin spoke about Jake Haro's involvement in a child abuse case from 2 years ago that left his infant daughter bedridden. In a jailhouse interview, Jake Haro denies his son was a victim of longtime abuse. In an interview with a Southern California News Group reporter.
Oh shit! 1 second. Oh god.
Social media posts about the case. He outrageous error in judgment by that judge. And if that judge had done his job, he believes baby Emmanuel would be alive today. The Riverside County Sheriff says when it comes to interviews like this or social media posts about the case, he's warning people to not believe everything you read.
Misinformation, lies, and purposeful misdirection is going to do nothing but harm this investigation. And I am begging all of you with cameras out here, don't be a part of it. We don't care.
Well, I mean, also you can say that, I mean, I know some of you guys don't, and I'm not here to make anyone believe any certain thing. I give my opinion on it and I tell you what we know. Some people don't believe that Jake confessed to someone in the prison or whatever. I stand by Brian's reporting. I know him to be a good, decent person, and he would have no problem, in my opinion, with saying, okay, we got it wrong. So, this guy's like, this is all this misinformation. I'm begging you guys not to be part of it. But I also know that sometimes we find things out that they don't want out for whatever reason, and they will say it's untrue. So, you can not stand, you cannot believe it or whatever. It's fine. Whatever you want to believe.
What someone posts on social media. And if you all are going to believe that and then generate questions based on those comments, we're not going to get anywhere in this. If it did not come from our two agencies, stop believing it. That's all I can tell you.
The parents appeared in court on Tuesday for 5 minutes. Both have a $1 million bail set. Now, they're also being charged for filing a false police report. Their arraignment will continue on September 4th. Meanwhile, investigators are continuing the search for baby Emmanuel's body. Reporting live, Carly Gomez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
That's a good point, Mohawk. That's a very good point. It could have happened during the transportation. You don't know when someone is with somebody or not. You just don't know. A bystander helped children after alleged abuse. Someone just sent me this. They wanted to show it. And this is the best of humanity.
Recovering tonight after Memphis police say they were found with multiple bruises. A group of people in South Memphis being praised as heroes after they stepped in to help. Good evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Shay Arthur. A man has been arrested and charged in connection with the children's injuries. WRG's Queetra Wilborn spoke to a woman who says when she realized those children were in danger, she immediately stepped in to help.
21-year-old Karen Pullen is facing 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and neglect. He's accused of beating a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old at this gas station on Airways Boulevard. Memphis police say he was detained by a group of very concerned citizens.
He said they fell off the sink in that bathroom. We don't think so because of all that.
Oh, wow. Wow. Another one that said they fell off the sink. How about that? Just exactly like Jake said for his daughter.
Bruises, the neck swelling on both of those babies.
Shirley Anderson says she was driving in the area of Ketchum Road and Airways Boulevard when she heard a group of women yelling for help.
She was pulling 2 babies out of this young man's arms. She managed to get the babies out of his arm. Pass them back to the grannies. We locked the babies in this washer right here.
According to court documents, a woman nearby noticed Pullum dragging 2 screaming children into a vehicle. The toddlers were reportedly bleeding from the head and covered in bruises. When the woman confronted the man, he ran to a nearby apartment complex. Anderson says they took the toddlers into this laundromat for safety and chased after the suspect.
We apprehended him down the street in the apartment until the police came. And little street justice.
Pullen was arrested at the apartment complex. According to police, this incident stemmed from a domestic dispute in the 3600 block of Mendenhall Road. Pullen allegedly had driven off with the children in a car. His relationship to the children has not been revealed, but both of the toddlers were taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Usually people keep on.
Critical condition, you piece of garbage. God bless these people. God bless them. Oh my God.
Gone. This lot right here was full of grandmamas yesterday. You hear me? Grandmothers. They showed up and they showed out. We had a few kings that did what they supposed to do. They apprehended him and held him down and a little street justice until the police came. So as a community, I'm proud of Memphis right now.
Reporting for your news leader, Queetra Wilborn, WR.
That's right. You don't fuck with a bunch of menopause grannies. They will cut you.
REG News Channel 3.
People coming together there, and at last check, that 2-year-old little boy is still in critical condition, while the 1-year-old is now in non-critical condition. Pullen.
I hope to God that this little one that is in critical condition has more than 3% of brain function.
He's due in court tomorrow morning.
What if you can create your own website?
I'm going to see if I can find anything about that. And God bless those women there. Right time, right place. And let me tell you something. Do not please ever care what a single mother trucker might say to you while you could be saving someone's life. Call the police at the very minimum every time. I always talk about my call at Sam's Club. I always talk about that because I could have just sat there and talked about that. 1 second here. All right. There's that. All right, guys. I will be back live here in a little bit. We're going to be talking about a case out of Tennessee. And as of now, there is a woman on the run in Tennessee with a baby. And the family says she's on the run because she's protecting the baby. And the TBI has issued a endangerment child alert for this. And so we're going to be talking about that. It's kind of a mixed bag right now. There are people that's supporting the mom, saying, run, mama, run. And then there are people, the TBI saying, we need to find them. We need to make sure this baby is okay. The baby was supposedly abused. And they're saying mom is running with the baby. It's out in the boonies. Yeah, Grace. I'm actually not far from this case at all, like really close. So, another Tennessee, yeah. So I'll be back here shortly with that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate every one of you here. If you haven't subbed up, I would really appreciate it very, very much. My name is Justin with Clutch Them Pearls, and we're family here. So if you want to become family, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Thank you all so much for joining me. I seen that. What was that? TBI needs to focus on Sebastian. I don't know what they're going to do about Sebastian. I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. I tell you, when it comes to these Tennessee cases with these babies, it's not good. Anything on Devlin happening? TBI is a hot mess. No, yeah, that's putting it mildly. So is the sheriff's office that Sebastian is. That's covering Sebastian's case. Craddock. All right, guys. Much love, everyone. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love. Bye-bye.